Welcome into 16 News now at 6. We hope you're safe. I'm Joshua Short.
And I'm Lauren Moss. Usually we bring you our top stories at this point in the show, but tonight we're handing things off to Terry McFadden, who after more than 30 years here is about to anchor his last show at WNDU.
And he is doing so next to a familiar face.
From WNDU-TV, this is 16 News Now at 6.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, you know, hey, it's 6 o'clock. You think perhaps we should anchor the news together?
I think we should.
Well, let's get right to it because Michiana is waiting. We start now with a developing story, unfortunately, about a person who died after a train hit them early this morning here in South Bend.
It happened around 2 this morning in the area of Ardmore Trail and Butternut Road, just south of South Bend International Airport.
Natasha Casal joins us live from near the site of this morning's fatality and has the very latest. Natasha, what do we know?
Mo, Terry, it's a little cold out, the sun's starting to set, and several trains have passed through these tracks behind me within the last hour. And this is now the 4th train-related fatality within the last 3 weeks. Investigators believe a man was lying across the tracks before the train hit him. It's a Norfolk Southern train, and that company's police is leading this investigation. Our team spoke to the St. Joseph County Police Department about these incidents, also the effects those who may be involved, and first responders' mental health.
You know, they see this type of thing, and this is a smaller community, and a lot of people do know families of the deceased, so that kind of makes it hard if it, you know, it strikes home personal if something like that were to happen. So we just want to make sure everybody's safe and, you know, gets home to their families at night.
Police have yet to release the identity of the victim, and this remains an active investigation. Reporting live from South Bend, Natasha Casal, 16 News Now.
All right, Natasha, thank you very much for that report.
And new details, it's curtains for the old AMC Theater in Elkhart.
Yeah, the movie house closed in December. Next week, everything left behind will be auctioned off. The items range from movie posters to movie projectors to 24-foot wide movie screens. You'll also find popcorn machines, some neon signage, and theater seats. Happening today, Elkhart was apparently the mattress-making capital of the world before it rose to dominate RV manufacturing.
Elkhart Bedding Company was honored today for its 100-plus years in business. Mark Peterson joins us in the studio with more. Mark?
Hey, who knew? Elkhart Bedding, founded in 1919, still around today. It was honored at the Greater Elkhart Chamber of Commerce held its annual members meeting. Company officials who compete against one another the rest of the year kind of close ranks and become community improvement co-collaborators. Economically, last year could have been worse, could have been better.
Back when the president came to town, when we had the highest unemployment in the country, at that point, my father looked at me and he said, don't they realize Elkhart reinvents itself every year? It's just the way Elkhart does things.
On the business side, obviously, there's some challenges in our core industry, which is the RV industry, but it's also given us an opportunity to look and really recognize the diversity of businesses in this area, and that shows up, especially when we look at the unemployment rate, that it hasn't skyrocketed because of the slowdown in the RV industry.
And Elkhart County's unemployment rate, 3.2% in December.
And for the final time, signing off with senior reporter and Emmy Award-winning Mark Peterson. Mark, thank you very much.
Such a blessing, isn't it?
It sure is.
Well, earlier this week, we told you about the removal of more than 13,000 tons of debris from Drury's brewery site.
Yeah, that phase was all government funded, and now it's the city's turn to begin phase 2 of the site. Project's expected to be completed in 3 phases. City officials telling our team phase 2 is not expected to be completed until 2025 due to the size of the site. In phase 1, the EPA saved the city close to $3 million with the removal of 700 truckloads of debris. That phase was completed back in November of 2023. Now phase 2 in the hands of the city and will be a multi-million-dollar project. Here they'll demolish the remaining structures and remove foundations that remain from prior demolitions.
We're happy to say the EPA has certified that there are no environmental contaminants remaining to our knowledge at this site. So the asbestos that was there has been removed. Now there is still debris as far as foundations, collapsing buildings, but they don't pose an environmental risk.
Phase 3 will bring the site into that shovel-ready state. And there's plenty more to get to straight ahead, including your new Center 16 forecast.
We'll be right back after this break.
From WNDU-TV, this is 16 News Now at 6. Contact 16 News Now by phone, email, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And stay connected with our 16 News Now app.
Terry, it's been made abundantly clear over the last few months how loved you are in this community. It's all about celebrating your life, an incredible career. Our chief photojournalist, Don Schoenfeld, who's the man, by the way, we all know, took a look back on the accolades that have brought us to this day.
Terry McFadden, please stand up.
Your dedication, assistance, and service results in the collection and distribution of over 810,000 toys.
Thank you, Michiana, for giving so generously to Toys for Tots.
With your help, thousands of area children will have a better holiday.
Hoorah!
Did you bring the Pope with you?
No, but I brought something just as good, a rosary from Fatima.
Oh, thank you.
And he's going to bless it. How do I leave something in better shape than I found it? And Terry has certainly done that in our community.
And so I've made a congressional record entry to memorialize your retirement. It is undoubtedly this love for the South Bend community that has made Terry such a trusted name in local news for all these years.
Congratulations. We're very happy.
Very kind of you.
There you go.
I join with so many others in expressing our sincere gratitude for your generous service and selfless dedication to this community. Please accept this Bible as you begin a new chapter of life, Terry. Know that you, Lori, and your family are always in my prayers. In Notre Dame, Father John Jenkins, CSC.
On behalf of Governor Holcomb, I'd like to present you with the Sagamore of the Wabash.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the highest honor that's given to any citizen in Indiana. You know, Joe loved you, and you were a great neighbor. And certainly a great contributor to our community. So I thought you needed like a captain's hat. And this is Joe's Navy hat. So that you have...
I'm honored.
So that you have a hat to go with your boat.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is something.
And the story is I also have his foot locker.
Yes,
in my pontoon boat. But Joe, when they were moving, Joe put it out for to the curb for well, not the curb, in the alley when they used to collect
the trash, right.
in the alley. They put it out there, and I snatched it.
And who picked up the trash?
Me. I didn't want the scrappers to get it, so I got it. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, we're back with your first alert weather. We are paying close attention to a little bit of fog trying to form in as we head into that tomorrow morning. It is going to be a nice day regardless. We'll watch as that fog really break up as we head into our afternoon. So this weekend is going to be a beautiful one. Perfect for Terry's first couple of days as a free man having to be here every Monday through Friday. So we're going to be enjoying it with him. Very nice weather coming in this weekend. We will see some rain late Monday into our Tuesday. So keep a watch out as you see those temperatures dropping off by a solid amount as we head into that last bit of your weekend and into the first part of your work week. Now continuing to see those temperatures in the 50s. Another rain chance as we get into that Friday and next weekend as another system tries to roll through. So things are going to be shaken up as we head into the next several days. But both of you McFaddens, I appreciate for you having me here. Thanks for letting me be part of the very last Mo and Bro Show.
Gosh, he's the sweetest young man.
Good guy. Oh my goodness. Look to your right.
Oh, Mike.
Of course I'm going to be here.
Mike Hoffman. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Hoffman. Speaking of legends.
Seems kind of nice over here.
Yeah.
But you don't miss it, do you?
You know, I miss the people.
Yeah, the people, right.
And it is kind of weird walking around Purdue not having anybody recognize me at all. I mean, so in a way that's nice. In a way it's kind of strange, because you get used to, when you're on the air here in Michiana for years and years, as you're going to find out, people are going to know you forever. So.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is I should move to West Lafayette if I want some peace.
We did find a little piece, but you know, it's surprising that I still get a lot of Purdue students all of a sudden saying, I know you, but by the way, I have another surprise for you.
Okay.
You retired 2019. Mm-hmm. I was 2021, now it's you. And of course we lost Jeff Jeffers way too soon.
God, we did.
2017, but Riley has a message for us.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Right, his son. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Riley is Jeff Jeffers' son, so.
Hi, yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. It was very Seinfeld-esque, inside jokes to that opening greeting of, hey, hi, hi, how you doing? Where they're talking over each other, saying hello. It really was a perfect picture into the dynamic of the relationship. And, you know, our families are forever linked. I grew up with the McFadden boys. So he would talk about Terry constantly, how he's, you know, the ultimate professional. He did such good work. How he was a great anchor, the way in which he carried himself. I mean, he couldn't say enough good things about Terry McFadden. He's a gentleman. He's handsome. He knows how to write. He knows how to speak. He does it all. He really is. He's truly one of the greatest, and he should be a Hall of Famer in whatever that realm may be. Thank you to Terry for always being so kind to me and my family. Thank you for being a best friend to my dad. There's so many relationships that my dad valued because he was such a relationship-driven person. But Terry McFadden will always have a special place in his heart, and a special place with our family. And really, he is a member of my family. You know, he's one of my uncles. He's one of my TV uncles. And I love catching up with him and shooting him texts and texting him about the Lions or the Tigers or whatever Detroit sports teams he's a fan of, or talking about the Irish. I can't get enough Terry McFadden in my life. I love him. I wish him the best in retirement.
Wow.
Well, you know, Jeff and Leslie raised those kids right. And,
they're beautiful children.
Riley, exemplary, well-spoken like his father, much better dresser than his father.
Yeah, well, that didn't take much, but we love you, Jeff.
Yeah, but that meant a lot to me to hear from Riley, and as the proxy for Jeff. I know Jeff's up in heaven and he's looking down and he's smiling, and I miss him. We're going to go to break.
Well, Terry, you got your start on air in sports, and one thing you told me during our sit-down retirement interview was about how you met Michael Jordan. And as your son Michael noticed, he told me you have pictures with other athletes.
There's so many photos like this where young or older Terry is standing next to someone, you know, of note, either in sports or whatever it may be. And this is the young journalist coming out of him, right? I mean, he probably was nervous to approach Adrian Dantley, right? But he wanted to capture the moment, meet the guy.
He somehow got him to pose with him.
He got him to pose with him.
I know. He has a very persuasive way about him.
Yeah, he's very approachable.
How do you feel? What do you think about the South Bend crowd?
Seemed like the Chicago Bulls crowd. I mean, they were very supportive, and it gave us a little bit of motivation every time we stepped on the floor. So it was fun.
I was so nervous I called him Coach.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know, and he appreciated it, right?
Well, because I said, well, I mean, you think like a coach out on the floor, and he looks at me and goes, I really like these student reporters. I was in my late 20s. We'll be right back.
Okay, bro, but you're going to have the floor first. I have to tell, so many people ask me, you're Mo, what's his nickname? He was supposed to be my sister. It was Tootie Marie. Till he went to high school and he said, Mom, Mo, you got to get rid of that. So,
yes, guy could get beaten up at school with a name like Tootie Marie.
Well,
so.
Take it away, man.
All right. Okay. Mike Collins, Gary Sieber, Larry Smith, Bill Crafton, Ellen Crook, Norm Stanglin, C.J. Butine, Jess Leszewski, Kate Glover, Kent Harrell, and Gary Wordlaw. These are the names of the 11 news directors I've worked for over the last 4 decades, and I want to thank them all for the following reasons. A, they either hired me, B, they never fired me. Now, that is one obvious reason I'm sitting here March 1st, 2024 for my final newscast on WNDU. Now, I worked for that last guy, Gary Wordlaw, for 9 months. 4 months ago, I sat in his office and told him I intended to retire when my contract ended in March. I didn't know how he'd react. Would he be the first news director to blemish my unfired streak? Well, I quickly found out Gary understood and appreciated why I stayed in my hometown to work for this great television station. That is why this last month has been nothing short of a Terry spectacle. Gary and our general manager, Ron Bartholomew, have gone above and beyond anything I expected and quite frankly deserved. But these men believe 4 decades of dedication and loyalty warrant such the fuss. Gary and Ron, thank you. A newsroom's a team, and I play for the best team in South Bend. When my teammates were told February was the month to honor Terry, they brought their A games. Assignment manager Mike Pease, who I've known since our days working together at WSBT in the late 80s, spent hours on top of his other duties, making sure I received all these community honors over the last month, including Indiana Citizens' Holy Grail, the Sagamore of the Wabash. Peaser, I owe you a pitcher and a pie at Barnaby's, just like the old days before Mishawaka Council meetings. Now, meantime, all these video tributes you've seen recently wouldn't be possible without chief photojournalist, Don Schoenfeld, who has worked with me here since the mid-90s. Donnie not only spent literally 100 hours a week making my retirement special, he did the same when Mo and Mike Hoffman retired before me. Donnie, the seasons may seem like they're changing while we wait for you to set up the backlighting. But the result is as vibrant and as spectacular as the changing leaves in autumn on the trees along the St. Joe River. To my fellow on-air journalists here, a thank you as well as an apology. You've all signed on for extra work this month to highlight my work over the last 40-some years. Not one of you has complained, at least in front of me. And your stories have been some of the best work this station has ever aired, truthfully. So Christine, Tricia, Melissa, Lauren, Josh, George, our reporters, producers, production crew, thank you. Anyone watching this last month should know now that the news at WNDU is in good hands and will be long after I've signed off. To my sister and co-anchor of 25 years, Maureen, thank you for temporarily ending your retirement to beautifully tell my story. You were my inspiration and best friend in this business. That's why you're here today. I wish the folks were here. They're the reason we are. They raised us right. To my 3 older brothers, Pat, Tom, Dennis, thanks for always having my back. To my wife, Lori, to our boys, Michael, Sean, and Charlie, thanks for your love and support all these years. You're my pride and joy. To my daughter-in-law, Keenan, and future daughter-in-law, Gabriella, or Gabe as we like to call her, it's apparent my boys are more intelligent than I gave them credit for. And to my soon-to-be-born grandson, I can't wait. And finally, I want to thank you, our loyal viewers. My goodness, I've been amazed and humbled by your love and support ever since I announced my retirement at the end of October. The cards, the letters, emails, social media posts, folks, they've been over the top. It has served as a poignant affirmation of why I chose to stay here in Michiana. You've stuck by me, even though I've made my share of mistakes over the years. There are blooper reels a mile long here in this building and down at WSBT. But these past couple of weeks, watching all these tribute pieces and the replays of my work over the last 4 decades, I'm reminded of a scene from the movie Moneyball. Actor Jonah Hill plays a video for Brad Pitt. And full disclosure, I'm not comparing myself to Brad Pitt. Okay? Hill portrays Peter Brandt, the trusted assistant to the A's general manager Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt. The budget-strapped A's have just been knocked out of the playoffs again, and Pitt needs some consolation. So Hill shows Pitt this video of 240-pound minor league catcher Jeremy Brown swinging at a first-pitch fastball and crushing it deep towards center field. Hill says Brown is going to do something he never does. He's going to try to stretch it to a double. But Brown trips over first base. Humiliated, Brown crawls back to first while the opposing team and his own teammates are laughing at him. And he soon finds out why. Hill tells Pitt, Jeremy is about to realize the ball went 60 feet over the fence. He hit a home run and didn't even realize it. 40 years after my father encouraged me to put law school on hold and give television a shot, I swung hard at the first pitch. And this week, it became abundantly clear to me I had hit a home run, and I'm finally realizing it. So 50 years after delivering my first South Bend Tribune to porches along St. Peter Street, today, I'm making my final news delivery to your living rooms. It has been an honor. Thank you. God bless. And stay safe.
You did a fabulous job, bro.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Thank you.
And of your beautiful family. He's the man. Love you.